This gruesome nursery rhyme is the result of a double homicide with young Lizzie Borden was accused of in 1892 in Fall River, Massachusetts. Both her father and stepmother had been brutally attacked inside their home with a hatchet, both obviously succumbed to their injuries. The murders and trials received widespread publicity, and they remain a household name to this day. They have been decapitated in numerous theatrical productions, films, literary work, and folklore lines, like the one that I played. Lizzie Borden was born on July 19, 1860, in Fall River, Massachusetts, to Sarah Anthony and Andrew Jackson Borden. Her father grew up in modest surroundings and struggled financially for much of his life. He eventually found success in the manufacture and the sale of furniture and caskets. He also became a successful property developer. He was the director of multiple textile mills and owned commercial property. Needless to say, his equal development to $900 million in 2019. Despite this wealth, Andrew was well known for his burglary, probably due to his poor upbringing, and even refused indoor plumbing in his Fall River home. Borden and her older sister Emma received a relatively religious upbringing and were members of plenty of religious groups in the area. These years after her mother Sarah's death, Andrew Borden married Abby Gray. Lizzie attempted to have a cordial relationship with her mother, but called her Mrs. Borden instead of Mom. She believed that Abby has married her father only for his wealth, only for his money. The Borden housemaid Maggie even started stating that the girls rarely ate their meals with their parents, and tensions were beginning to grow larger for the months before the murders. Andrew has been given bits of real estate and to Abby's family, while leaving Emma and Lizzie with nothing. The sisters had damaged the abandoned property too, and were given the home in which the deceased Sarah Borden visited Andrew to discuss business matters. Some have speculated that the conversation, particularly about the property transferred, had gone wrong, but many may have aggravated an already tense situation. Sarah's brother John arrived in the evening of August 3rd and stayed in the night in the family's guest room. After breakfast the next morning, Andrew and John went into the sitting room and chatted for nearly an hour. Around 8:48 a.m., John left to buy a pair of oxen and visit his niece, planning to return to the Borden household around noon. Andrew left for his usual morning walk around 9 that morning. Although cleaning the guest room was often a chore delegated to Lizzie or Emma. Abby went upstairs sometime between 9 a.m. and 10:30 to make the bed. According to forensic investigation, Abby was facing her killer when the attack occurred. She was struck first in the side of the head with a hatchet, causing her to turn and fall down face first on the floor. Her killer then struck her multiple times, delivering 17 more direct hits to the back of the head, killing her instantly. Andrew returned from his morning stroll around 10:30 that morning. His keys falling to the open door, he started knocking, and when the housemaid went to open it, she saw that the lock had jammed. She would later testify that she muttered at once expressive due to the jammed lock, and hearing Lizzie, she heard Lizzie laughing. She did not see Lizzie, but she stated that the girls were coming from the top of the stairs. At this time, Abby was already dead. This is significant because anyone on the second floor would have seen her body in the guest room. Lizzie later denied being upstairs during the trial. She stated that she had helped her father remove his boots and slip on house shoes before laying down on the sofa for a nap. The story was contracted by the crime scene photos as Andrew lay dead on the couch, with boots still on his feet. Lizzie then informed Maggie of a sale town and permitted her to go, but Maggie was feeling unreal and stayed home instead. Retiring to her room for a nap, Maggie testified that she was in the third floor bedroom resting just before 11:10. She heard Lizzie call from downstairs. "Maggie, come quick! Father's dead! Someone struck him 11 times with a hatchet." One of his eyeballs had been snipped clean into, suggesting that he had been asleep when he was attacked. He was still bleeding at the time Maggie saw him, which told a recent attack. Lizzie's initial answers to the police were strange and contradicting. Initially reported, she reported hearing scraping and groans. 2 hours later, she told the police that she heard nothing. When attacked where her stepmother was, she stated that Abby had received a note to go and visit a sick friend. She also stated that though Abby had returned home and asked if someone could go upstairs and look for her. Maggie and the neighbor had come by. Mrs. Churchill went upstairs and saw Abby laid on the floor of the guest room, face down. Most of the police officers that interviewed Lizzie found her attitude to be a bit suspicious. Some said she was too calm. Despite this, no one bothered to check her or her clothes for bloodstains. They were criticizing for their lack of diligence when the only peeked into Lizzie's room, but left shortly after Lizzie said she wasn't feeling well and wanted to lay down. In the basement of the home, police found 2 hatchets, one with a broken handle. It was suspected of the murder weapon as the break in the handle appeared fresh and it had been deliberately covered with ash and rust to make it seem it had been there for years, untouched. Although due to the random onset of illness before the murders, the family milk and Andrew and Abby's stomach contents were tested for poison. All came back normal. Later that night, officers stayed close to the house in case the murderer came back to finish the rest of the family. He stated that he saw Lizzie and her friend enter the cellar carrying an oil lamp and a slop pail. He saw them both exit later and saw Lizzie open the sink at one point. A few days later, after police had told Lizzie she was a suspect in the murders, the mayor visited the home and found Lizzie tearing up a dress and putting it into the fire. She told him it was because it had been ruined with paint. Eventually, Lizzie was brought to trial and many reasons were given as to why she could have committed the murders. One suggests that she was being physically and sexually assaulted by her father, was a girlfriend to kill him and Abby, who did nothing to stop him. After a long and extensive trial, Lizzie was eventually acquitted, meaning found guilty. Meaning found not guilty. Of all charges, she moved into a more affluent neighborhood with her sister, where she changed her name and abstracted by her neighbors. She died at the age of 66 of pneumonia in Fall River. The home is now full of fully functional bed and breakfast, housing guests from over the country. You can even stay in Lizzie's room and sleep in the bed where she slept. Reports consist of special cats appearances, self-rocking chairs, and even Lizzie herself still haunts the home. Shocking guests as they lay in their bed. The dining room table on which the guests enjoyed the meals is where Abby and Andrew were optimized. Guests who stayed at the missing Borden house have captured photo of strange anomalies floating above the bed. Noises coming from the inside wardrobe, footsteps and laughter, like that of Lizzie's the morning of the murders. And some have even reported being touched by an unseen hand while they slept. Even though there wasn't enough evidence to convince Lizzie of the murders of her father and stepmother, many believe that she committed the crime because she stood to gain the most financially from their debts. Not to mention the searing resentment she also felt towards the stepmother. To this day, questions swirl around the Lizzie Borden case, and to whoever murdered the couple was never brought to justice. This alone is enough to keep spirits in a state of unrest, let alone how horrific the deaths were. Will you stay at the Lizzie Borden house in a bed and breakfast? I know I would. Until next time, sleep tight.